Hi guys, my name is Michelle and I'm a mother to a 16-month-old, and I'm just here to quickly, just briefly share my birthing experience, the care that I received pre being admitted into hospital. It was great. The first couple of weeks I was bleeding, and I bled quite a lot in my first trimester, and the doctors were really great. Like, I had regular checkups, I had regular scans. I had a scan at 7 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and then it was every 4 weeks. The thing that really kind of upset me was obviously when I was told that I had to have an induction, or recommended that I did have an induction, the doctor said, because they said that my son was weighing quite big, and there was a chance that if we left him in, then, you know, if he came out, like when he was delivered, he could have shoulder dystocia, which could then lead to brain damage and all of that type of stuff. She was pretty heavy on that information, so me and my husband were just like, yeah, okay, great, let's just do it. She said, go downstairs, sign in so that you can be admitted and get a bed. So I remember going down and I said to my husband, you know, just go home, grab our stuff, get some food, etc. So went down there and then went to the room, said, oh, you know, I need to sign in. They said, oh, can you wait outside? So I said, okay, fine. Waiting. And I remember my husband calling saying, have you got a bed yet? Have you got a bed yet? And I was like, no. And I think it was like about maybe an hour and a half, still waiting. And then I remember just watching the door as people were walking in and, you know, coming back to sit down. And I remember this white lady, she came in, she came and sat down. About after 30 minutes later, they called her and said, oh, so-and-so, come in now. And I was just like, okay, right. But I didn't want to go and say anything because I was just thinking, I don't want to go and start something because I'm by myself, my husband's not here yet. As soon as he got there, I then went to the desk and I said, you know, I've been waiting here for this amount of time. You know, I saw that this lady, you know, she came in, she was seen pretty quickly. And then they said, oh, we didn't realise you were still waiting, which I thought was really weird because where else am I going to go? After I was induced, my contractions were pretty painful, so I asked for pethidine, and I know that you're able to request that. And then the nurse said that, you know, no, we don't want to give you that. And I was like, you know, she said because it could, you know, go through to the baby. And I said, I'm aware of all of that, but I would like it because it's quite painful. And then she was just like, no, but I can give you gas and air. So I was just like, okay. Fine. Took the gas and air, which was fine, took the edge off a bit. I think around some time later I said, I feel that it is a bit intense now, can I get an epidural? And she said, well, you need to be 4 centimeters before you can have an epidural. And then she left, and I was like, well, you haven't checked me to see if I'm 4 centimeters yet, so this is just really weird. But okay, breathing. And then I think 30 minutes later, I remember it was pretty quick, I called the nurse back and I said, something has happened, something has come out. And as she looked under my my robe, she was like, right, we need to get you straight up to the delivery ward, So I was like, okay, what's going on? Got there now, and they had told me, you're literally 10 centimeters, you're ready to go, there's no time for an epidural. And I was really pissed off because I was actually like, I wanted this, I wanted the epidural. I ended up giving birth to a healthy baby boy, which was lovely. I suffered a 3rd-degree tear, so I had to have an operation, and there was an error made in the operation, which meant that part of the, it's all a bit complicated, but basically the internal scar has healed open, and that just means that in my next pregnancy, there's a chance there's probably a 90% chance that I would have to have a C-section. Otherwise, if I do go down the natural route, it could cause permanent damage there. The other thing that happened that was actually probably the most upsetting for me and my husband was the fact that when we were about to be discharged, they checked my son, they checked his eyes, they checked everything, and they said, yep, you're good to go. I was about to sign the papers, and then my husband was like, why are his eyes yellow? And they were like, is it? This was literally a couple of minutes after they had checked him, and then they did another check and turns out he had jaundice. And I was fuming because I was like, so you were going to send us home, you had just done the checks, you had said he was all right and you was going to send us home, and now my husband, who isn't an expert, has noticed that his eyes are yellow. Now, I understand that, you know, jaundice is hard to diagnose in black babies compared to white babies because of the skin colour, but surely if that is the case, then you need to do thorough checks to ensure that, you know, you're sending the baby home and you're sure that everything is okay with that baby. Had my son gone home with jaundice and we didn't know, or we didn't you know, I don't know what would have happened. I don't want to think about it, to be honest, but I just feel that that was really annoying anyway. I'm aware of how society can kind of paint black women as, you know, the angry black woman or being aggressive and things like that. So I think during labour, there was times where I really wanted to kind of lash out or say something, especially when she said no to pethidine and the epidural and she didn't even check me. But I didn't want to come across that way, which is really annoying because now I feel like I probably should have said something. In regards to advice I would give to mothers who are, or women who are about to give birth, I would say have someone there with you. Definitely have someone there that knows what you want, that can fight your corner. Definitely, I would definitely say, just, you know yourself, you know your body, so just trust yourself, trust your gut. And thirdly, I would say, just try and relax. Just try as much as you can to relax. Yeah, and that's it. That's my story. Thank you so much.
Everyone has their own story about motherhood to tell, and we would love to hear yours. Tell yours in the comment below.